we rank the top 10 challenge YouTubers. MrBeast, the architect of the algorithm. He doesn't upload content, he architects empires. MrBeast, aka Jimmy Donaldson, reverse engineered the entire YouTube platform and then rebuilt it in his image. Private Islands, Squid Game recreations, $1 million traps. He doesn't chase virality, he manufactures it. Every video is a psychological machine tension, payoff, spectacle, generosity. Every thumbnail is an A/B tested weapon. Every cent he earns is reinvested into pushing the ceiling higher. He's not chasing the algorithm, he is feeding it a carefully measured diet of emotional highs and statistical certainty. But beyond the set pieces lies obsession. Jimmy treats YouTube like a general mapping wartime strategy. No frame wasted, no story beat without purpose, while others clamor for views. He's building a cross-platform media state, multilingual channels, product lines, spin-offs. This isn't content, it's controlled detonation. The criticism he receives, manipulative formats. Performative philanthropy only proves how high he's risen. Kings get criticized, gods get studied. SSS Plus isn't a reward, it's a monument. And right now, there is only one throne. No one else is even in the room. Mark Robber, the engineer who turned curiosity into currency. Mark doesn't shout to be heard. He whispers directly to your curiosity. With the calm precision of a NASA-trained mind, he turns complex science into visual poetry squirrel obstacle courses, glitter bombs for thieves, perfect fluid dynamics in motion. Each video is crafted like an engineering blueprint disguised as a YouTube upload. Mark doesn't condescend, he invites. His genius lies in blending high production with deeply accessible knowledge, making you feel like discovering how something works is just as thrilling as watching it explode. And he never sacrifices integrity for entertainment. No cuts that lie, no stunts that scream. His trust with the audience is quietly sacred. He teaches without preaching, makes learning cinematic, and somehow still makes you laugh while absorbing equations. In an ecosystem that often rewards noise, Mark Robber has proven that clarity and rigor can win hearts. He doesn't build rockets anymore, he builds reverence. S-tier is his lab, and he's its head scientist. Yes, theory pilgrims of vulnerability in a world of noise. They don't perform stunts, they perform sincerity. Yes, theory built their world on discomfort, not for shock, but for depth. Whether it's sleeping on the streets of Tokyo or asking strangers life-altering questions, every video unfolds like an unscripted emotional pilgrimage. You're not watching a format, you're watching people remember how to be human. They don't control chaos, they lean into it, chasing raw connection in the gaps of the everyday. Their power lies in the cracks, awkward silences, uncertain gestures, and the trembling moment before someone says yes. This isn't documentary, it's confession, and it's contagious. While others seek clicks, they seek meaning. They turn chance encounters into rituals, and fears into shared language. They didn't just grow a following, they sparked a movement, one discomfort at a time. Yes, theory doesn't just tell stories, they dissolve the walls between them and the viewer. S-tier belongs to them, the chapel of the vulnerable. Michelle Khare, the contender who turns grit into grace. Michelle doesn't try challenges, she submits to them body and mind. Every episode of Challenge Accepted is part docuseries, part metamorphosis, Navy SEAL trials, pro wrestling, astronaut simulations, not as spectacle, but as crucible. And Michelle doesn't just survive them, she earns them. The secret isn't that she finishes, it's that you believe every second hurt. She fails on camera, she bleeds, she shatters, but she never pretends. Her pain is real, her growth earned. It's a defiant rejection of the watch me win template YouTube clings to, where others sensationalize difficulty. Michelle honors the process. Every inhale of doubt, every breakdown becomes part of the journey. She doesn't show strength to impress, she shows vulnerability to inspire. In a genre oversaturated with ego, Michelle stands as a monument to discipline, dignity, and transformation. She wears S-tier like armor earned through every scar. Ryan Trahan, the minimalist with $1 million soul. He started with a penny, and somehow, you couldn't look away. Ryan Trahan is a storyteller disguised as a wanderer. He turns scarcity into structure, silence into suspense. suspense. While others hurl money at spectacle, he walks across America on coins and kindness, building tension with nothing but a backpack and a whisper of hope. Every frame breathes. He lets you feel the awkwardness, the hunger, the hesitation before knocking on a stranger's door. And just when you expect something performative, he gives you something real. He doesn't try to impress, he just tries to connect. And that's the trick in Ryan's world. Human decency is not a plot device, it's the plot. His channel isn't about grandeur, it's about endurance, vulnerability, and those quiet glances between chaos where meaning waits. Ryan doesn't dominate the space, he traverses it. A tear suits him like worn shoes, weathered, honest, and still moving forward. Brandon William, the quiet storm of purpose and pain. Brandon doesn't talk at you. He walks through hell in silence and lets you feel every blister. His videos are minimalist, no flashy edits, no hype, just four alarms, military routines, and the sound of a body being pushed toward transcendence. He's not selling motivation, he's documenting war with the self. There's no gimmick. He fails, he limps, he admits when it breaks him, and that's the difference. Brandon isn't cosplaying struggle, he's bearing it. In an era of toxic performance and alpha facade, Brandon is the rare masculine voice that speaks through action, not arrogance. He gives suffering context. He makes self-discipline look like liberation. No slogans, no tricks, just commitment carved into skin and routine. A tier is his dojo, a quiet place for those who fight to be better, alone and without applause. Airrack, the mad juggler of chaos and click. He's not a filmmaker, he's a fire starter. Airrack, born Eric Decker, built his empire on speed-crashing weddings, racing yachts, launching grand chaos with the urgency of someone one step ahead of a breakdown. Every video moves like it might explode if left still too long, and it works mostly. What? His grasp of virality is tactical. He understands how to escalate, how to title, how to ride the moment. But when the smoke clears, the stories are often hollow. The spectacle leaves no aftertaste. It's content engineered for the now, for the next click, and then the next. There's skill in that reel, calibrated skill, but also a fragility. Remove the hype, and what remains? He's a builder of moments, not myths. Airrack rules the court of adrenaline, but B tier is where momentum lives, breathless, brilliant, but rarely remembered. Zach King, the illusionist whose magic lost its weight. Zach King can walk through walls, pull rabbits from mirrors, turn reality inside out with a single cut. His videos are technical marvels, seamless digital illusions polished to perfection. But that's the problem, they're too perfect. His wizardry dazzles for seconds, then evaporates. There's no narrative arc, no emotional grip. You marvel, you blink, you scroll. Zach makes reality vanish but leaves little in its place. Where once his illusions felt like glimpses into another world, they now feel like commercial loops. Precision without pulse, charm without change. He's not irrelevant, just inert. A master craftsman in a room full of noise, still conjuring tricks but rarely sparking wonder. Zach belongs in B tier, the throne of technician, where perfection is applauded, but depth is deferred. Danny Duncan, the echo of a reckless era. Danny doesn't create videos, he detonates them. For years, he was the golden child of chaos, skating through aisles, flipping shopping carts, mocking social rules with the swagger of someone who never planned for tomorrow. His brand, unfiltered youth. His weapon, unapologetic mischief. But time moved, he didn't. What once felt rebellious now reads like ritual. The same pranks, the same screams, the same middle finger, aging in reverse. Beneath the laughter is something brittle like a party that never ended and forgot why it started. Danny never pretended to grow, and maybe that's the problem. There's still charm in his wildness, still moments of strange authenticity, but the world has shifted, and Danny's map is outdated. He's the last cowboy in a town that paved over its saloon. C tier is his campfire, still crackling, still warm, but long past its wildfire days. Arcade Craniacs screaming in the void for one more click at 3 a.m. A cursed Elmo puppet arrives, someone screams, something explodes, and none of it mattered. Arcade Craniacs manufacture fear like a fast food kitchen pumps grease. Their formula is clinical. Take a horror trend, sprinkle some shrill acting, and seal it in a thumbnail with red arrows and crying emojis. There's no suspense, no tension, just chaos masquerading as narrative. Their videos prey on the unguarded, especially kids. What should be harmless parody instead borders exploitation, cloaked in irony but driven by metrics. Even as satire, it fails. There's no commentary, no escalation, no craft, just volume and velocity. They don't scare, they spam. They don't entertain. They harvest. D tier isn't a punishment. It's a mirror one that reflects what happens when you chase attention so blindly, you forget to create anything worth remembering.